It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time to meet Team 283, Tom Crawford, my longtime radio partner, Blue Belly Tom. He is a co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays from 3 to 6 on the Spotlight Radio Network, heard worldwide. JackandTom.com. Tom Crawford also an outstanding job of driving home, navigating through the ice and snow. Otherwise, not the greatest of days for you. But
no, that was painful. I'm not talking about the drive home or the drive there with the wind. That was painful. Hats off to Michigan State, and Cassius Winston was absolutely terrific. I've seen a lot of great guard play at Chrysler since it was a student events building in 1967. I'm trying to think back a better overall performance. A 40-minute warrior he was today, so that was impressive indeed.
He and Xavier with a Z both played 40 minutes. Also want to welcome Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality.
Look at that smirk.
Specs Howard broadcast instructor, recruiting insider.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
He is host of the Spartan Beat, weekdays from noon to 2 on the Spotlight Radio Network. How come you're happier than he is?
I don't know. I was expecting this great Xavier Simpson shutdown, and funny thing happened along the way. I think Cassius Winston may have won the Big Ten Player of the Year award.
In fact, when Nick Ward went down, you came in here and you congratulated Tom Crawford on a championship.
No Nick Ward, no Ward, no Langford, no problem.
Reloading.
Yeah.
I mean, that may go in one of Izzo's best games. In the last 10 years, I think it was probably his second best game he's ever coached.
We had one Michigan fan screaming behind us, first of all, about Hillary Clinton for most of the game. I never did figure that one out.
Yeah, this wasn't a Democratic conference.
And then was saying, hey, Izzo, and then at the end of the game took off on Beeline, which I didn't quite understand either. Doug Warren is
not
with us.
represent the Michigan fan base.
Director of Sports Programming for the Spotlight Radio Network, Detroit Lions historian, and host of Lions Today.
Yes.
And hey, time to brush up on some baseball, right?
That's right. Baseball season. It did make me think about sunshine and warm weather, which we all need around these parts. But yeah, but it was a great basketball game today, and again, the best two-sport rivalry in all of college sports, and today it lived up to the billing once again down at the Chrysler Center.
2 more weeks, regular season games in the Big Ten. And we'll do it all over again on March 9th. And then we've got the Big Ten tournament coming up. But a big day for Michigan State in a lot of ways. We'll be back. We'll have our Going Green segment brought to you by Graf Chevrolet up next.
The pages of Outdoor Life and Field & Stream magazines will come to life at the Lansing Center, March 8th through 10th. It's the Outdoor Life Field & Stream Expo, presented by Suzuki, formerly Deer and Turkey Expo. Don't miss this massive display of top hunting, adventure, and outdoor gear. Meet skilled experts who share your passion. Enter the Trophy Buck Contest, plus see the archery trick shot demo, the incredible Dock Dogs, Whitetails of North America, and New Holland presents continuous helpful seminars. Tickets and info at fieldandstreamexpo.com.
You knew you needed new windows last year, but you put it off. You wanted new windows before winter, but you put it off. Don't put it off anymore. Wallside's off-season sale ends Tuesday. Get 50% off all windows. There's even 50% off patio doors. And since it's our 75th year, take an extra 15% off for cash or 5 years, no interest. Wallside's off-season sale ends Tuesday, March 5th. 1-800-521-7800.
Looking out for your business is important.
Hey, new equipment looks great.
And in this moment, you realize your independent auto owner's insurance agent is the right person to protect it.
Holden Divendale Insurance Agency. We are
your hometown team.
Fox 47, home to the #1 primetime newscast, the fastest growing morning news in mid-Michigan, and the only local news weeknights at 6:30. Thank you for making Fox 47 Mid-Michigan's favorite TV station. Michigan State and Indiana coverage starts Saturday at 11:30 only on Fox 47.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies. Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango. And Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for a Going Green segment brought to you by Graf Chevrolet. Trusted friend with 105 years in automobile business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
You know, it was huge. You know, it was a really good team, tough environment, a lot riding on the game, you know, so it was just big. And my teammates stepped up in a huge way. We let our defense fail us a little bit towards that in that stretch. We put together some stops and things like that. Once that happened, everything took care of itself. One guy goes down, you know, even though he might be a big piece, we just figure out a way to fill it in. You know, nobody plays out of their comfort zone or out of their, you know, what everybody does what they do and do it to the best of their ability.
Michigan State Ironman point guard Cassius Winston. Cash money again for Michigan State. Rico, what do you make of the Spartans? They were 4-point underdogs in the game we've been waiting to see all winter.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird because, you know, I gave Tom a hard time, but in all seriousness, without Nick Ward, without Josh Langford, the funny thing, Jack, we always say, well, if this team plays a perfect game on the road, Michigan State played a perfect game on the road. The magical number, 6. 6 turnovers.
Exactly.
6, and they only allowed Michigan to have 6 assists.
Yeah, that was the big, 6 was the number. We talked about that after the game. I mean, those are 2 huge numbers.
Right. So, and they limited. You had your supporting cast all in double figures, and McQuaid and Tillman, you know, and Goins. They did everything they had to do, and then, oh, by the way, Cassius also kicked in 27 points. They did exactly what they were supposed to do on the road. Izzo pulled, you know, no one believed in you, Tom. We're all sorry. Because I don't think you could find 5 Spartan fans who actually thought they were going to win this game.
I took a big survey yesterday, asked everyone, and there were a few, but very, very few.
Right. Yeah, it was all based off of faith and hope. It wasn't like anything tangible.
Yeah. Tom, you pointed out on the way home that magic 6 and a couple of other things that made the difference.
Well, yeah, and obviously, I mean, there was a critical part of the game. Michigan was up by 6, about 11 to go. Iggy had a 3, went halfway down, popped out. That would have been 9. All of a sudden, Michigan State comes down, cuts tip with a layup. I don't know if it was Tillman or who it was. It's 4.
Yeah.
But I thought the key element of the game was when Teskey, you know, does his hedging, comes out and tries to throw Cassius off. Boy, that they dipped the ball down low. Tillman or you know, whoever it was, or Kenny, and all of a sudden easy dunk or whatever, and that they carved up that Michigan defense, particularly in the first half.
Tom, I like the fact that when Teskey came out to hedge that ball screen, that a lot of times Cassius did not force it down.
No, he hesitated and then made the play.
And then when Teskey was out of the game, I felt sorry for anybody else because he just drove the corner and drove on him.
Right. Yeah, everyone knows Cassius had the 27 points and 8 assists, but what about Kenny Goins? Had 16 points, a lot of them early when his team really needed them, and had his usual 11 rebounds. Doug, there was a period when Michigan went up in the second half, 51-45, and Michigan State didn't slap the floor, but they slapped Michigan, and they said, you're not scoring for the next 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a credible defensive effort, and the guy that they've needed to step up and play with the absence of Ward, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to do it, but he has, Xavier Tillman. He had a great game again today, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and he was 6 of 8 from the field goal range. So he's been great, and they need it. So see if he keeps it up.
Yeah, when you think about a game like this and what it means for Michigan State moving forward, Doug, a lot of people had said Spartans, they blew their wad with those 3 losses in a row. Purdue, Indiana, Illinois, and here they are, first place.
Well, that's what happens when you have a Player of the Year candidate and you play defense the way they do. Defense travels, it keeps you in games, and as I always say, regardless of sport, defense wins championships. So if they keep doing this, the one guy that I think needs to step up, and he plays good in spurts, is Aaron Henry. 16 minutes today, not enough production from him for that amount of time.
And I thought
court.
Kithier's 10 minutes was solid, including that bucket. I mean, if you get a bucket and 3 or 4 boards out of Kithier in 10 minutes and no turnovers, damn, that's
He doesn't miss any shots. He's shooting 85%.
Mr. 1 for 1.
Tom, what do you think the chances are? Nick Ward, questionable at best, to get back for that game in 2 weeks. That this will all flip, and then Michigan will have its chance to spoil Michigan State's senior day.
Well, anything's possible, but they got to work. They got to figure out this half-court offense. You know, you can't, try to dribble, drive, penetrate, and not go back to no assists. I mean, they were trying to create things, and Jordan was frustrated. He was throwing up some kind of ill-advised shots. Finally, hit a couple down the stretch, and then Charles Matthews got to get healthy. Little tweak of the ankle. They missed him today. 1 for 7 or whatever. He's got to be integral for this team to win.
See, I think the biggest thing is Xavier Simpson. I mean, the fact that at halftime he shot more than everybody else.
Yeah.
If Simpson is shooting, I'll take that every day.
Who is their perimeter shooter? Livers? Who is their guy?
I don't know.
Cool.
But all I know is 2 assists from your point guard. That's not a recipe for
I've been saying for the last 3 weeks going to kill this team.
I can just tell you, Tom Izzo was confident, and even last night, I think he thought, you know what? We're going to go out there. I think we got a great chance to win this game. And the plan was perfect.
It was.
We'll be back in just a minute. Our Out of the Blue segment coming up next on Michigan Basketball.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Hey, partner, looks like you got another ride to work.
Lethal Weapon, all new Tuesdays on Fox.
Welcome to Russell & Schrader Insurance.
Hastings Mutual is a trusted partner of ours. Call Joe Daly for a Hastings Mutual insurance quote. They are hard to beat. Call Dylan Bond today. From business to farms, Hastings Mutual and Russell & Schrader Insurance will protect your best assets.
Hi, I'm Realtor Brock Fletcher from the selling team with Keller Williams. Mid-Michigan homeowners who sell their homes with us get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their home in an average of 28 days. Call us today at 517-853-6408.
Monster, Bee, Peacock, Fox Wednesday. Their identities are finally revealed.
I can't take it anymore.
When all are unmasked.
This is the most fun thing I've ever done.
It's the finale of the craziest singing competition around.
Wow. Who's behind the mask of our champion? Are you kidding me?
The Masked Singer, 2-hour finale, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Michigan State just had a tremendous game plan, and they just played better than us. They're much better than us in just about everything. Offense, defense, got the foul line more. First half was huge where we allowed 5 threes. Second half was much better defense by us, but just enough, and we're going to have to play better than that. But they made us play poorly, and give them all the credit in the world. we're a pretty good team, and we weren't the better team today.
Michigan head basketball coach John Beilein, highly complimentary of Michigan State after the 77-70 loss to the Spartans in Chrysler Center. Tom Crawford, were you surprised by anything with Michigan today? They had a great atmosphere. They had all those guys back from all the years.
Oh yeah. They had the maze out. They had T-shirts on every chair out there, and
a lot of sad faces walking to the exit.
Oh yeah, and then we got to that minute and a half mark. I said, Jack, look, and it was a maze river going down to the exit. Yeah, absolutely. I think when we talked about, Rico brought up about the 6 assists. The reason they only got 6 assists because they only hit like 6 of 27 or whatever it was from three-point land. The ball goes in, those are assists because they were rotating the ball all right. But this is the problem with Michigan. They are just not a good shooting team. We've talked about that. You're probably tired of me talking about it. Yeah. And I was concerned about it back in media days because they just don't have that guy. And they got to get better looks. And Teskey, he's got to finish. A couple times, if you noticed, in the Maryland game, and obviously I noticed it today, I mean, he's got to take that game to the level where he gets a feed. He flushes it for a dunk.
And so Charles Matthews, maybe not feeling 100%.
One of 8.
Obviously left 1 for 8.
Yeah, not good.
Can't do that when your senior has that kind of performance.
No, not at all. And I think they don't get the ball inside enough either. I mean, Teskey.
Absolutely.
If you have 6 assists, okay, you're not hitting your outside shots. Well, then you got to get to the rack, or you got to get it to your big men inside, and they just didn't do that enough today, especially down the stretch when the shooting went cold from outside.
Rico, did the Wolverines look to you like a team that could tie for the Big Ten regular season title, win its 3rd straight Big Ten tournament, or get back to the Final Four?
Not today. And I think today, a lot of it today may have been the fact that they relaxed. Like everybody else, they saw Michigan State was coming in there wounded. They didn't have all of their complementary pieces. And they saw that Rutgers was up on them 11 like we all did, and they're thinking, all we got to do is just go out there and get this thing done.
The players told me, the 2 players I talked to today, Teskey's one of them, said Beilein pounded that nail. Said, they're short 2 guys. This is a really, really good basketball.
But you know what? I think they're listening to him now. We've all, sometimes you have your coach tell you this stuff, and you're thinking, yeah, coach, yeah, it's coach speak. That's why we call it that. And today they realize maybe we need to listen to the old
I think you're not giving credit to your team. I think Michigan State playing really, really good had more to do with it than Michigan. Get that thing out. Than Michigan overlooking Michigan State.
I think this was a game that Michigan State won, not a game that Michigan lost.
Exactly, I agree with you.
A lot of times,
I agree with you.
I think more games are lost than won. This was not one of those games.
No, and I think really if Michigan comes into the Breslin Center in 9 days and they shoot better than they did, they're going to have a chance to win because they play defense too, and the tables could be turned. Especially if Cassius has an off game. Right. I mean, can this guy do this for the rest of the season every night? He's going to try. He's doing it so far, but one of these times he's going to run out of gas, and then we'll see really what Michigan State's made of when that happens.
Joshua Langford is still going to be on his scooter. Nick Ward, we don't know.
Yeah, Nick Ward, I don't know. I mean, maybe they can squeeze 10 minutes out of Nick in a couple of weeks. Yeah. It's his shooting hand, but maybe you could just say, Nick, can you give us some fouls? Can you go in there, take up some space, eat some time, and give Tillman a blow?
Yeah. I think they need to get him ready if they can for the tournaments. Right. It's going to be tough to play this way 3 days in a row in the Big Ten.
Tell you what, Kyle Arns, 22 minutes of that guy. His back is just, seizing up on him.
But I think
he couldn't sit down. I don't know. I rode back on the bus.
That dude is the one tough dude.
I think Michigan needs turnovers in order to score. They didn't get the turnovers today.
Right, absolutely. Only 2 in the second half.
And a friend of ours, Doug, he had a pair of tickets. He sold them for $480. Had another single, sold it for $160. What's the most you would pay for a ticket for a game?
A game, probably $1,000. I don't know if I'd go beyond that. It'd have to be a hell of a game.
We'll be right back in just a moment. Tracking a trophy, the Big Ten race, up next.
March 19th.
Let's do it.
Fox puts a new spin on competition shows.
Yeah, baby!
12 simple questions.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in.
5 minutes to answer them all.
Oh my goodness!
Strapped into this thing.
What TV show is represented by these images?
We got a hand, we got some maids, and we got tail. Oh, I love this book. Handmaid's Tale. Lock it in!
Who is married to Daniel Craig?
Oh, I don't pay attention to straight relationships. I'm gonna say Rachel Weisz. Lock it in.
Correct.
From the producers of Ellen's Game of Games and American Ninja Warrior.
What action character is represented by these images?
That's a ram. Ram gift. Ram box. Ram ribbon. Ram gift. I'm dying.
Rob Lowe hosts Mental Samurai March 19th on Fox.
Welcome to the galaxy.
The Orville, all new Thursday on Fox.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Fox 47, home to the #1 primetime newscast, the most popular comedies on TV, and the #1 news show on television. Thank you for making Fox 47 Mid-Michigan's favorite TV station.
Winston backs it up. McQuaid for the tie. Just walling up. Just playing straight up. Here's Winston driving inside. Winston, 4 to shoot. In the corner. The 3. Tillman driving it up. Bucket and the foul.
It's a thing where you get tired, you bring that basketball down, you get a little lazy with it. When you do that, confidence will explode here at the barn.
Brosdakis is fouled and he scores. Brosdakis flew by Murphy. Teskey lines it up for 3.
There you see some other games this week. A couple of good wins. Michigan State struggling, and then they shift gears. They can get you one of those 20-3 runs, and very, very impressive for 11-point win over Rutgers, Doug. And then the next night, Michigan goes to Williams Arena and beats Minnesota by 9, a game that was not nearly that close. What do you think the chances are that before these teams meet again on March 9th, that Michigan State stumbles again against Indiana, a team that already beat them once, or Michigan goes to Maryland? That's going to be a very difficult game.
Yeah.
And these teams don't come in exactly where they are right now.
No, I think it's very possible. I mean, Indiana's won 5 in a row, and again, they beat Michigan State back in the Breslin Center at the beginning of February. And Maryland, I mean, they're playing good basketball. And you wonder, too, the game today, that as much hype and everything and effort that was put into it, you know, will there be a little bit of a hangover for both teams, where the next team they face will have an advantage?
They got a week off, though.
That's true.
Get that out of their system.
You mean Indiana won like 5 in a row going up against each other? Because Indiana's horrible, Doug. I mean, they...
I'm sorry, I said 1. I meant lost. They've lost 5 in a row.
I'm sorry. Iowa's lucky.
No. They lost
Archie
5
Miller
in a row.
was really excited for a minute.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
I'm a better coach than I thought.
I think they lost 5 in a row.
They shouldn't lose that game at all. Izzo should take scholarships if they lose that game.
Tom Crawford, the Purdue Boilermakers just find a way yesterday They had those 2 shots at the end of the clock. The guy was not looking at the basket.
Absolutely.
And they go in. They do just enough to win.
That was against Nebraska, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they were a lucky freaking team. Not as lucky as Iowa, but I'm telling you what, I think the only thing about Purdue is I'll bet you they're disappointed with the outcome today because they wanted Michigan to win because, if Michigan won, I mean, Michigan State's could have, got Michigan at home, and they got the other 2 games they're going to probably win. They're all bummed out down in West Lafayette right now because they're not going to get a sole possession because Michigan State, in my estimation, has a sole possession pretty much locked after this win today.
Is Purdue still the team least likely to lose again, given the
Based on their schedule. You see what happened? Minnesota lost to Rutgers today.
Yeah.
Minnesota's checking out. And that's the only thing that stands in their way. That's up at Williams Arena. I get that. The only other tough game for Purdue is Illinois at home.
No, I think at Northwestern, their last game.
Oh,
No.
No.
Here's why. Northwestern, this is their postseason. This is everything. It's their senior night. We're not going anywhere.
They'll tease along like they did with Wisconsin, then they'll lose at the end.
Yeah, but the thing about Purdue is if you keep being lucky, it bites you. And I think at that game, they may have relaxed and said, you know what? All we got to do is beat Northwestern, guys.
I think they're in.
Earlier this week, I heard a lot of people saying, regardless of what happens with Michigan and Michigan State Sunday, Matt Painter is the favorite for Big Ten Coach of the Year. Not so fast, my friend. I think whenever you lose 2 lottery picks and then your second and third best players are out,
gotta give it to Izzo.
And you do what he did this week, getting this team ready to go into Chrysler Center, this is still a race for Coach of the Year.
It's a done deal, man. Round it up. It's Tom Izzo's.
All right, I would say you guys need to listen to the Spartan Beat because somebody said that.
Do we have to?
This week. Well, yeah. Somebody said that this week. So if they win, he's Coach of the Year.
Anything can happen. Any of these 3 teams can win. Purdue's not out of it yet. They can play.
If Izzo gets a share, give it to Izzo.
Yeah.
When you look at the Big Ten standings, Rico, after today's game in Ann Arbor, how will the top 4 seeds look when it's tournament seeding time in Chicago? What will the top 4 seeds be?
I got to give it to you in order, or just the top 4 seeds? Oh, Jack, you're killing me.
Come on.
I don't know what the tiebreaker is between Michigan State and Purdue if they're tied.
It would be wins against Michigan.
Okay, so then if that's the case,
Purdue would be 0-1. Michigan State is 1-0 and counting.
So let's say it would be Michigan State, Purdue, Michigan, and then Maryland, Wisconsin. Oh, it's hard to count out the pesky Badgers, but
Maryland's got to beat Michigan.
Yeah, with Maryland.
I got to go with Maryland.
If Michigan loses to Maryland,
they could slip to a 4.
And Michigan would lose to Michigan State, somehow something different could happen. And you get into one of those
Maybe
things.
It's Michigan State, Purdue, Maryland, Wisconsin.
Could be.
They all get double buys. That's all I care about.
We will be back in just a minute. We're going to talk about the national scene, including his shoe broke. Zion Williamson, what happened to Duke, and what that means down the road. We'll be right back with that. The big picture up next.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Monster, B, Peacock, Fox Wednesday. Their identities are finally revealed.
I can't take it anymore.
When all are unmasked.
This is the most fun thing I've ever done.
It's the finale of the craziest singing competition around.
Wow. Who's behind the mask of our champion? Are you kidding me?
The Masked Singer 2-hour finale, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Fox 47 wants to know, are you a Spartan? Fox 47 college basketball partners include the selling team with Keller Williams,
Go blue.
Go green.
List your home with the selling team.
Spartan basketball, all season long on Fox 47.
In a world in need of integrity, Fox 47 presents a team of superheroes that will rule your daytime. The League of Justice, bringing truth, compassion, humor to a city yearning for fairness, led by the masked crusader Judge Millian.
You're such a liar.
People's Court puts naughty people in their place.
Up until this point, had you heard anything about you having a daughter?
Then Paternity Court saves the day by finding out who is your daddy.
I'll dismiss your case and throw you out. Got it?
The Mighty Mathis and the sizzling trio of Hot Bench blaze the trail for the Queen of the Court, Judge Judy. The League of Justice rules weekdays on Fox 47.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were in August for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
When did we ever get to the point where all people care about is money? Shaq played college for 2 years. Three. Kenny played for 4. I played for 3. Michael Jordan played for 3. Tim Duncan played for 4. David Robinson played for 4. Some of the greatest players ever. Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson played. When we get to the point where you got clowns on television saying, oh, don't play. That's what you do, Ernie. That's what we do. We play basketball. I mean, I don't ever want to see anybody get hurt. This kid looked like he's going to be a fantastic player. But I get so mad when people act like money is the only thing that matters in the world. Like, oh, dude, you're going to go in the NBA, don't play. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That's Charles Barkley, spoken by a guy who did not win a championship and would pay any amount of money now for a ring and doesn't have one. Rico Beard, do you agree with the Chuckster that Zion Williamson should, if he can, go back and finish the season for Duke and postpone being incredibly wealthy for another 2 months?
You know what, Jack? It depends. I don't think that's a yes or no answer. How serious is the knee injury? If he just tweaked it, then yes, go back in there and play. But if there's any type of long-term damage that can happen, I'm sorry, but a $100 million contract trumps an NCAA championship. I know it sounds bad for Duke fans, but you know what? Duke fans don't seem to remember Kyrie Irving played for Duke, and he got hurt, and he didn't do much for them, but he's a rich man now. If Zion, if this lingers, you shut it down. If it's okay, you go ahead and play.
Doug Warren, in other NBA news, Commissioner Adam Silver said now he is 100% on board with the idea of eliminating the one and done, letting high school players come out, come right into the league if their talents dictate that. Do you think that's the right idea? And how many players a year do you think will try to take advantage of this? Some might be left on the curb.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And how many players will take advantage of it? I don't know, 5 to 10 maybe at most. And most of those guys will have a difficult time making it, except, you know, the top 2 or 3 every year will have an opportunity, and you can always go to the G League. One thing I'd like to see the NCAA do, that'll probably never happen, is if any of these guys decide to try the NBA and they don't make the team or it doesn't work out, they have maybe 6 to 9 months or a year or something to decide if they want to step back out and have an opportunity to go back to college and, you know, maybe it and just
then
have.
How's the coach know how many scholarships to allocate?
They get a scholarship the following year.
See, I would simply say I would give them a week window if they don't make it. But Doug, I want to correct you. I think you will probably see at least 30 kids from high school try that. 30 to 50, because every kid thinks they're going to be the next LeBron.
Well, that's why they should have something where, like in football, you go and try the combine, you test it out. If you don't, if you it doesn't look like it, then you can come back.
There's only 30 teams in the league. 60 guys get picked in a 2-round draft.
Well, Jack, look at how many underclassmen don't get selected in both football and basketball. People think that, you know what, not going to happen to me. And quite frankly, coaches are going to start recruiting top 50 and higher players. They're going to lead those the top 50 players. They're going to leave them alone.
That's why they have the G League. That's why they have international basketball. To me, if you're going to go to college, Tom, we talked about this, then damn it, go to college.
Go to college, yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, I think if you want to go to the NBA, go try it. Go hang out in the G League. See how you like going on those, Greyhound buses.
Some guys learn later on and they want to go to college. I didn't go to college till I was 28 because I had my head up my ass.
La Quinta hotels as opposed to how you're treated at a big power
somebody deserves
school.
a second chance. If they make a mistake, let them go to college.
Look, you still get a check.
What about bettering
Go
people?
to college and ratchet up your marketability, and then you can go to the NBA.
Or cash in on your marketability and get the check now instead of letting the institution make all the money off.
Zion should definitely stay at Duke because if he's going to go train, he could blow out his knee doing that.
Zion's going to get so much marketing money.
Oh my God, that's the best thing that happened.
All
but here's
those
the
kinds
thing.
of things too.
At least if you blow out your knee again, you got paid for it. Right now, if he gets hurt,
he's got $8 million on it.
Duke gives him an insurance policy. $8 million. That's it.
Shouldn't we try to avoid the Corleone Young situations and give these guys who make a mistake trying to become professional before they're ready a chance?
No.
There should be something they can do, even if they. I mean, come on.
Doug, it's called having the right
opportunity.
counsel around you.
They can play in the G League. They can go and play, do a Brandon Jennings and play
telling him
overseas.
because he wants some money.
Okay.
He wants a little piece of the pie.
The AAQ coach is a jerk. You got to take it out on the kid because he doesn't have good advisors.
That's
Doug,
reality.
You're an adult. You make your choice. You live with the decision.
You don't want to play college basketball? That's fine. Don't play
don't
it.
play it.
Moses Malone didn't play it.
Right. Absolutely.
That's okay.
It's a Hall of
Kobe
Famer.
Bryant did not play it.
What about the guys
Kevin Garnett?
LeBron James, Kevin Garnett. A lot of guys didn't play it, and they worked out fine. But there are a lot more who tried to play it that way, didn't work out for them, and need better advice. We'll be back in just a minute, and we're going to have our Law of the Jungle segment. First time in a long time. We'll talk some baseball. Talk about a new second baseman. Second baseman for the Detroit Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling warmer already. Spring training. And we'll talk about some free agent signings, too, coming up here on Press Pass.
Baseball.
The pages of Outdoor Life and Field & Stream magazines will come to life at the Lansing Center, March 8th through 10th. It's the Outdoor Life Field & Stream Expo, presented by Suzuki, formerly Deer and Turkey Expo. Don't miss this massive display of top hunting, adventure, and outdoor gear. Meet skilled experts who share your passion. Enter the Trophy Buck Contest, plus see the archery trick shot demo, the incredible Dock Dogs, Whitetails of North America, and New Holland presents continuous helpful seminars. Tickets and info at fieldandstreamexpo.com.
PFCU is more than a financial institution. We are a proud community partner. Our support includes awarding scholarships, providing education on financial literacy, and sponsoring local events in the communities we serve.
Fox 47, home to the #1 primetime newscast, the fastest growing morning news in mid-Michigan, and the only local news weeknights at 6:30. Thank you for making Fox 47 Mid-Michigan's favorite TV station.
Last Man Standing is back and bigger than ever. All new Fridays on Fox.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. So Woody's items are now available at Tom's Foods, Horrocks, and other local grocers. Tigers got a new second baseman, Josh Harrison, Pittsburgh Pirates. And he's a fun player to watch. Two-time All-Star. And if he hadn't hurt his hand, he twice got hit by a pitch and missed big parts of the season. But he's a guy that the Tigers think they got at a good price, and he can do a lot of things. He's very good in the clubhouse, and that's a funny play.
Benny Hill music right
The green
now.
grass looks good on a day like today. I like that.
Especially seems to be avoiding tags, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Doug, when you see those Benny Hill moments, what can a guy like Josh Harrison do for a franchise that's trying to retool with a lot of younger guys, and he gives them some experience? Seems to be the kind of guy the Tigers want.
Sure.
Ira loves him.
Yeah, and then, to see that, it brings some excitement. You want to go see that guy run the bases. But I think bringing he and Jody Mercer over from the Pirates, you have two guys of the double play combination now that are familiar with each other, so you're not going to have a learning curve there. And I think this move as well allows the Tigers' Nico Goodrum to play multiple positions. He can back up Miggy at first base. He could play some outfield. He doesn't have to dedicate himself to one position day in and day out, and that'll give him an opportunity to develop his skills and get more at bats as well with these other guys, now the newcomers from the Pirates in the lineup.
Tom Crawford, the San Diego Padres. Big news this week, winning the Manny Machado sweepstakes. $300 million, $30 million a year for 10 years, and looked on some of the season rankings and fantasy baseball projections, and he's not in the top 10 or 12 players, so why the silly money?
Well, I think what the Padres are trying to do is, show commitment. And he was a hot name. I mean, I'm not sure from a fantasy baseball standpoint, but I mean, he's a great player, play third base. I don't understand the 10-year deal, though. I mean, I go back to the Tigers and Miggy. I mean, when you commit to a 10-year, man, the guy could get hurt. So, but I think what San Diego's trying to do is tell their fans, hey, we're a small market, but we're committed in the long run. They got one of the better farm systems, I think,
ranked number one right now
in Major League Baseball. So I think it's just a PR thing more than anything. And there's no salary cap in Major League Baseball, which I think that's why I don't like the league.
Rico, if it hasn't happened already, the Phillies are very close to signing Bryce Harper. The owner flew out to Las Vegas and trying to iron out all the details. What does it say that Manny Machado did not re-sign with the Dodgers, and that he and Harper said no to L.A., New York, Boston, and Chicago?
It's strange because, normally they go to the big-name teams. You want to go play for the Yankees, but I think maybe they're looking at, what if I just take the money and go to a smaller market? It'll be less pressure on me.
Yeah.
You get a $300 million contract and you go to New York and you start the year off 0 for 20, you're getting booed all year long. Right. You go to San Diego,
laid back.
They don't care. There's a beach right there. Okay? Let's just leave this bad game and go hang out. Right. So I think it's the fact that it's less pressure to go to the other teams.
Right.
And guess what? The money spends the same, and you're probably paying lesser in taxes than you would in
So
New
you don't
York.
care about winning in that situation?
No, you're just
it's about the money and
the Phillies. The Phillies have won in the past. I mean, he'll get pressure in Philadelphia.
San Diego,
and if they have this great farm system, he might be the anchor, and then they build around him.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. That's at least how it was presented.
But I think about this in terms of other sports now too, guys. And you see Giannis Antetokounmpo. I asked him about going to New York. I said, why would I want to go anywhere but Milwaukee? I love it here. Yeah. And then Anthony Davis has Milwaukee on his list of teams because he says, hey, this team's going to win a lot of games.
Well, your dollar goes a lot longer, too. The cost of living in Milwaukee versus New York or
Winning
L.A.
is a wonderful thing to attract these guys.
It does. It's less pressure. I mean, LeBron in Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland, he kind of put them on the map, and all of a sudden they were good, and now they're bad, and their fans are still going to go to the games because they're loyal. It's not that, this team, it's not the pressure like that LeBron has with the Lakers. You don't get that. And like if KD goes to the Knicks, good luck with that, KD. You better win.
So how hard is it, Doug, for the Tigers to attract free agents as opposed to some of these other teams that are getting them?
They have to start winning first. I mean, they got when they took Ivan Rodriguez to come to Detroit. Then they started to have some success, and then they brought these guys in. Winning gets people to want to come play for you. If you stink and you're losing 100 games,
I don't
players
think Detroit's
don't want
not a sexy town.
It's not a sexy town, but
Miguel
is Milwaukee
Cabrera's never
sexy?
asked for a trade.
Well,
right?
yeah, he makes $30 million a year. Why would you?
Once again, life's good
Be a
here.
designated hitter and just
Media's not going to bash you. They're going to love you. Whatever. Life, whatever.
We'll be back in just a minute. We'll have our Take It to the Bank segment brought to you by Dart Bank, and we're going to talk some NBA. Tremendous win for the Houston Rockets last night, and what are the Pistons up to after the All-Star break? We'll be right back.
Volunteer, mentor, and sponsorship opportunities are available now for the 4th Annual Empower Her Leadership Retreat 2019. Be a part of helping 450 4th through 9th grade girls from all over the area for 2 days that could change their lives. Empower Her is about building confidence, finding your passion, and living your purpose. Invest in the future. Help make this experience possible. For more information, go to empowerherretreat.com.
Fox Monday. Critics are raving. The Passage is off to a brilliant start.
What's gonna happen to me?
Mark Paul Gosselaar is outstanding at his best.
I need to make sure that she's safe.
Newcomer Sanaya Sidney is perfect, a standout.
You don't leave me, and I don't leave you.
Their chemistry is extraordinary.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna get out of here.
Run! The Passage, all new Monday at 9, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Pickler and Ben. Weekdays at 9 on Fox 47.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years. 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton, South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
Back to shoot Paul. Inside. Well, Golden State has never led in this game, but they've cut it to 5. Paul, tough. Chris Paul looks like he's never in a rush. Oh, what a nice pass. Blocked by Cousins. Paul comes up with it. Fires up a 3. That's good. Paul whips the pass. Fareed a 3-pointer. That's good. Energy. He's got a couple of buckets. Shot clock at 5. Paul for 3. That's good. Paul can take advantage of this matchup with Jordan Bell defending. Paul this time gets into the paint. Pulls back, falling away. It's good as the shot clock expires.
Chris Paul last night, the ball was on a string. It was a yo-yo. He had the 17 assists. Team 283, if you look at the Houston Rockets, and last year they had the best record in the NBA, went into playoffs in the Western Conference Finals, had a 3-2 lead, and had a home game coming back in Game 7. Then Chris Paul gets hurt. Everything changes. But this year, the Warriors are 3-0. The Rockets are 3-0 against the Warriors.
Right.
Tom Crawford, why do the Rockets seem to have the Warriors' number in a way that no one else does?
I don't know, and Eric Gordon played really good last night, too, and Clint Capella got 15 boards. It's Saturday night at the movies. I mean, ABC does this NBA game on Saturday night as a feature game, and that
was with no James Harden.
Yeah, no, they light it up, and that's a rivalry. They do not like Golden State. They're jealous of Golden State, and I think this is their time in their mind.
This team is built to beat Golden State. That's their only focus. The other teams in the NBA are just practice for Golden State.
Draymond Green got hurt. He only played a few minutes, and he was.
I mean, they put everything into beating the Warriors.
Yeah, you're right.
What can we take to the bank, Rico, about these two teams moving forward? Would you love to see another series, maybe in a Western Conference semi or a final?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to see the Western Conference final. Just depends on who gets that 1 seed. The Warriors, I forgot, they went on the road and won Game 7 in Houston. And quite frankly, Houston dominates the series.
Yeah. Right.
Golden State, I don't want to say they're bored, but they realize these don't count. Okay? We can beat you in Houston. We can beat you wherever. We won the 4 most important games. We hoisted the trophy, and I think they're going to do it again this year.
That Game 7, if you remember, without Chris Paul, Houston was 7 for 44.
Took the air right out of the balloon.
I mean, they were firing ridiculous numbers.
The video clips tell it all about Chris Paul.
Doug, the new-look Detroit Pistons come out of the break, and they get back-to-back wins in Atlanta and then in Miami.
Why?
What's your lock for Dwayne Casey's team the rest of the way? Now they're 7th seed right now in the East.
My lock is that they'll be a 7 or 8 seed and get thumped in the first round of the playoffs by,
Missed the lottery.
Toronto or Milwaukee or something. Yeah, they're right in that purgatory zone where you don't want to be.
They might win one, maybe not.
What about the idea that they could move into the 6th spot, and then they would get Indiana, right? You see them right now, and they're a game and a half behind the Nets. That's not much.
It's doable.
They can't win a championship. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're not beating the Bucks, Raptors, Pacers, or Sixers, or Celtics. So
they're going to win a game.
Honestly, I'd rather have a 4% chance at Zion.
Do you think there's something to be said for learning how to win, for guys getting experience so that the next year when you take that step?
I don't think so.
They got veterans on this team. They just ain't good enough.
They're professionals. They don't.
No. But here's why, Jack. Because of the super teams, and you're not. And you're never going to get people to come to Detroit.
And we've only got about 4 teams that are in the playoffs this year.
Well, that's the way it is.
But seriously, that's how I know you like saying that. But that's really how it is.
It's just like it is in Major League Baseball. There's only 3 teams in the
Clemson, Alabama, and football.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Nobody thought the Milwaukee Bucks were there either. We'll be back with Cool and Smooth, our weekly award.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Every superhero has their kryptonite.
Ow!
Girl.
Yo, Raj, talk to me. How about a hug?
How about a hearty handshake?
Come on.
The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week. Weeknights at 6, 7, and 11 on Fox 47.
Do you want to make watching your favorite sport even better? All you have to do is click with the new Fox Sports app. Now you can stream every game from anywhere you are. It's your personal nerve center for up-to-the-minute scores and stats. Get real-time updates on your favorite teams, plus the latest from MLB, college football, and the NFL. All at your fingertips. The new Fox Sports app, now with live streaming. Download it from the App Store today.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for a cool and smooth segment brought to you by all 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. This was an amazing game the other night, Tom Crawford. You were there. You saw Eastern, the Quakers.
Yeah.
Defeat Lansing Sexton, 81-80 in overtime, but there's a little more to the story.
Well, it was 63-63. There was a kind of a brawl there, if you will, and Sexton was down to 4 players. They went from 9 down to 4, and they took them into overtime, and then went down to 3, and then finally with the last couple seconds, it was down to 2 players Sexton had, and they lost by 1. But a good win for Eastern. They had to hit 3 free throws to force the OT. Would have been a little bit embarrassing losing 5 on 4, so they dodged that bullet.
5 on 2. If
Well, that was at the last second, but it's just symbolic of how Steve Finnemore's team eroded away player by player.
Finnemore didn't have to worry about complaints about playing.
No, parents love it.
That's a hard way to do it.
Tongue hanging out.
All right, Team 283, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, what about our play of the week?
Play of the week. I thought about going to the NBA because I saw, when Giannis Antetokounmpo got his dunk blocked. I just never seen anything like that before from somebody that strong. But that's on the honorable mention list. It's the Oscars. It didn't win. I wanted to pick a play from tonight's game, but there wasn't that key moment, that key play. But you know what it was earlier in the week?
What's that?
Matt McQuaid hitting a three-pointer to tie the game up against Rutgers. Michigan State's down 40-37. Cueto gets the ball, bang. Crowd
That's
goes
with the
nuts.
4 offensive rebounds on that possession.
Izzo was pumping his fists and everything.
That play changed the entire landscape of that game.
I think that's a play when Michigan State regained its mojo.
It did.
Right.
And I think that carried over the rest of the half.
No doubt.
And certainly into today too.
Yep.
Doug Warren, what do we have for game of the week?
It has to be today's game down at Chrysler Center, Michigan State, pulling off an upset. This is a top 10 matchup, and most people didn't think they had a chance to win, but they had a great game plan executed by the players, and this is, like Rico said earlier, one of the biggest, at least regular season wins of Izzo's recent career, so that's the game of the week.
Sounds good to me. Tom Crawford, any ideas about a team for the week?
Well, no, I'm not going to give it to Michigan State. But they did play well today. That was a great win for Tom Izzo's team. But I'm going to give it to North Carolina Tar Heels. Look, all we talked about was the Zion injury, and but they lost him. And North Carolina played a great game. They beat Duke by 16 points in Durham, and then they came back yesterday, beat a very good Florida State team, who could be an Elite Eight team just like they were last year. Tar Heels, watch out for them in March, maybe even April. That's a hot team, and they're my team of the week.
We all saw Kentucky get crushed by Duke in Indianapolis. You saw Michigan have its way with North Carolina big time. We were out in Las Vegas. North Carolina loses to Texas out there.
They were out gambling all that night.
Kentucky and North Carolina right now, they're making bids for 1 seed.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Time for our player of the week. And since it's Oscar night, I thought about someone named Oscar, baseball's Oscar Gamble. Remember that gigantic afro? No, he doesn't get it. Boxing, Oscar Bonavena. Remember him, the heavyweight? Muhammad Ali put him out. Oscar Schmidt, the Brazilian superstar that Judd Heathcote went up against in the Pan American Games. You have to give it to Oscar Robertson, but forget the Oscars.
Big O.
Our player of the week can be none other than Cash Money. Cassius Winston, what he did, phenomenal effort against Rutgers, but one better today. Really led his team. I don't know what it's like to sit on the bench. A guy played all 40 minutes. Phenomenal performance. Put Michigan State in the Big Ten lead. Still got 3 games to go. Got to finish the job. But this was a mammoth effort and a mammoth performance along the way. Want to thank Team 283, Tom Crawford, Blue Belly Tom. You can hear him afternoons. The Drive with Jack and Tom. Rico, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine beard. And Doug Warren, Lions today. See you next week.